The warning they ignored. The massive alien warship appeared without warning. One moment, New York's sky was clear. The next, a ship larger than the Empire State Building hung over Manhattan, its dark metal hull blocking out the sun. The sight of it made even veteran NYPD officers stop and stare. News channels worldwide switched to live coverage. Reporters tried to stay calm, but their voices shook as they described the scene. Social media exploded with millions of posts, yet strangely, there was no panic in the streets. New Yorkers just stood there, phones out, recording everything. Inside the United Nations building, the Security Council gathered for an emergency meeting. Representatives from every major nation sat quietly, watching the large screen showing the alien ship. What surprised the aliens most was how calm everyone seemed. The ship's commander, High Admiral Zexlar of the Galactic Empire, expected screaming crowds and military attacks. Instead, he got millions of humans taking selfies with his warship in the background. This was not how primitive species usually reacted to first contact. Pitiful humans, Zexlar said to his bridge crew. They don't even understand the danger they're in. He straightened his ceremonial armor and prepared to give his speech. The Empire had conquered 1,000 worlds this way. Earth would be no different. The Admiral's hologram appeared above every major city on Earth. His alien form towered hundreds of feet tall in the sky. He looked like a cross between a praying mantis and a dragon, with shining armor covering his scaled body. People of Earth, his translated voice boomed, "Your planet now belongs to the Galactic Empire. Surrender now, and we will be merciful. Resist, and we will destroy you. You have 1 hour to submit." In the UN Security Council chamber, the representatives looked at each other. The Russian ambassador cracked his knuckles. The British representative sipped her tea. The American ambassador just smiled. "Should we show them the file?" the Chinese ambassador asked. The UN Secretary General nodded. "Send it." On the alien warship, Zexlar received an unexpected transmission. It was a video compilation. The first clip showed humans surviving in the hottest deserts and coldest mountains. The next showed people doing extreme sports, jumping out of planes, fighting bulls, racing cars at deadly speeds. Then came the war footage. Humans fighting through impossible conditions. Soldiers continuing to fight with terrible injuries. Civilians turning everyday items into weapons. Cities rebuilding after complete destruction. "Sir," one of Zexlar's officers called out, "we're receiving messages from other species." The first was from the warrior Croxnar race. "Do not attack Earth. We made that mistake. Still rebuilding our fleet." The peace-loving Aetheri sent, "Humans are kind friends but terrible enemies. We warn you. Leave them alone." Even the ancient Zin dynasty broke their century-long silence. Earth is marked as "do not invade" for good reason. The humans are different. Zexlar dismissed these warnings. The Empire had the most advanced technology in the galaxy. These humans still used fossil fuels and hadn't even colonized their own moon. What could they possibly do? In Washington, D.C., the President of the United States sat in the Oval Office, reading reports from around the world. Every major military was ready. Secret bunkers were activated. Decades of carefully hidden preparations were now in motion. The President picked up the red phone. "Is the package ready?" "Yes, sir," came the reply. "Operation Welcome Party is good to go." As the 1-hour deadline approached, Zexlar prepared to show Earth the Empire's power. His ship's weapons could level New York in seconds. Surely now the humans would beg for mercy. The UN Secretary General finally responded to the Empire's demand. The message was short, just 5 words that made no sense to Zexlar. "You really shouldn't have done that." Suddenly, Zexlar's ship detected multiple launches from Earth's surface, but the trajectories were wrong for missiles. As his crew tried to figure out what was happening, a junior officer spoke up. "Sir, the humans are laughing. Before Zexalar could respond, the first wave of humanity's response reached his ship. The Empire was about to learn why so many alien species had one golden rule: don't mess with Earth. Humans are space orcs. Commander Ixtil of the Empire's 5th Legion stared at his medical scanner in disbelief. The human soldier they had just shot 3 times was getting back up. Not crawling, not stumbling, getting up and running straight at them. "Impossible," he whispered. The scanner showed a punctured lung, massive blood loss, and enough pain to knock out any rational being. Yet the human kept coming, combat knife in hand, screaming something about doom music. The raid on the small military base in Siberia was supposed to be simple. Show Earth the Empire's power. Break their will to fight. Instead, Ixtil was watching his elite troops retreat from what his science officer called angry apes with adrenaline problems. 3 days earlier, the Empire had launched their first ground attack. Their plasma weapons were supposed to be unstoppable, their armor impenetrable, their victory certain. Nobody told them humans would figure out how to short-circuit their fancy armor with modified cattle prods. In his command center, High Admiral Zexalar received increasingly disturbing reports from across Earth. His forces had lost contact with 3 invasion units in something called Australia. The last transmission mentioned giant hopping creatures with murder in their eyes joining the human resistance. The Empire's Biological Warfare Division wasn't doing any better. They had released their most lethal virus, expecting Earth's primitive medical science to crumble. Instead, they discovered humans had been fighting viruses their entire existence. Their immune systems treated the Empire's bioweapon like a mild inconvenience. "Sir," a communications officer called out, "you need to see this." The screen showed human children teaching soldiers how to use Empire technology. Not by studying it, not by careful analysis. They were treating million-credit military equipment like something called Xbox controllers. In Vietnam, Empire troops learned about guerrilla warfare the hard way. Their advanced motion sensors were useless against humans who had mastered the art of tunnel warfare generations ago. The Empire lost an entire battalion to traps set by farmers using nothing but bamboo and patience. What terrified the Empire psychologists most was human entertainment. During their pre-invasion research, they found humans spent their free time doing things that would be considered extreme survival training on other worlds. They called it sports and fun. "They do wicket for entertainment?" Zexalar asked, watching humans jump out of perfectly good aircraft. "They call it skydiving, sir," his cultural officer explained. "They also climb frozen mountains, fight in cages for fun, and eat extremely spicy food just to prove they can." The Empire's worst nightmare came from their own arrogance. They had dismissed Earth's primitive projectile weapons, not realizing humans had spent centuries perfecting the art of throwing small pieces of metal really, really fast. A young Empire technician made an even more terrifying discovery. Humans had been preparing for alien invasions for decades, through something they called science fiction. While the Empire expected panic and confusion, humans were acting like they had rehearsed this scenario thousands of times. In orbit, Zexalar watched a video of a human grandmother hitting one of his soldiers with something called a chancla. The soldier's advanced armor did nothing to protect him from the sheer force of elderly human rage. "Sir," his science officer reported, "we've discovered why humans are so resilient. Their planet, it's what we classify as a death world. Everything on Earth has been trying to kill them since they evolved. They're not just surviving, they're thriving." The breaking point came when human scientists started improving Empire technology, not copying it, improving it. They called it modding and treated thousand-year-old alien engineering like a project for their garage. In his private quarters, Zexalar read a classified report about human biology. Their bodies could heal from injuries that would kill most species. They could survive in temperature ranges that seemed impossible. Most disturbing of all, they got stronger when damaged. Something about muscle hypertrophy and spite. The report ended with a terrifying conclusion. Humans don't have a survival instinct. They have a hold my beer and watch this instinct. As Zexalar prepared to order a tactical retreat from Earth's surface, a new message arrived from human forces. It was a video of humans testing captured Empire weapons while playing something called Doom soundtrack. The last line of the message chilled him to his core. "Thanks for the new toys. We made some improvements. Want to see?" The sleeping giant, High Admiral Zexalar, made his biggest mistake. He ordered attacks on Earth's major military bases. He expected to find primitive weapons and disorganized troops. Instead, he discovered humanity's greatest secret. They had been waiting for this moment for a very, very long time. The first sign something was wrong came during the attack on NORAD. The Empire's sensors showed the mountain base was mostly empty. When they blasted their way inside, they found only a sticky note. "Sorry, we moved. Try checking under Moscow." Beneath Moscow, in a bunker deeper than Empire scanners could detect, Russian General Petrov watched the alien invasion through old Cold War monitors. He smiled, pressing a button that hadn't been touched since 1985. Suddenly, across Siberia, hidden missile silos that had fooled American satellites for decades opened up, revealing not nuclear weapons, but something much worse. "You see," Petrov said to his stunned alien prisoner, "Cold War wasn't just about USA and USSR. We were also preparing for visitors." In America's heartland, farmers began pulling tarps off their grain silos. Under each tarp, modified tractors with plasma-resistant armor. Decades of watching sci-fi movies had taught them exactly where alien ships' weak spots would be. John Deere's secret Alien Defense Division was finally seeing action. "Cletus," one farmer radioed to another, "remember how everyone laughed when we put tank treads on our combines?" "Sure do, Billy Bob. Who's laughing now?" The Empire troops invading Fort Knox expected to find gold. Instead, they found the entrance to America's Area 52. Because, of course, Area 51 was just a decoy. The real alien research facility had been hidden under the one place nobody would think to look twice at. In Switzerland, bankers calmly walked into their vaults, past the gold, and through secret doors. The whole country was a fortress, with mountains hollowed out during centuries of banking renovations. As it turned out, Swiss neutrality was less about peace and more about being prepared for literally anything. Japan activated its Gundam protocol. The Empire troops laughed at the giant robots being unveiled in Tokyo, until those robots started winning. Turns out all those anime weren't just entertainment. They were training simulations. "Sir," an Empire intelligence officer reported to Zexalar, "we've intercepted something called anime opening music playing from the robots. Our troops are experiencing unexpected morale issues." Australia's response was perhaps the most terrifying. They weaponized their wildlife. Empire troops fled in terror as trained kangaroos with body armor bounded into battle. Behind them came the cassowaries, birds so naturally violent that they needed no training, just pointing in the right direction. The Emus, an Empire commander reported, shaking. "The Emus are organized this time." In India, call center operators revealed their secret. Every "please hold" message had been secretly mapping alien communication frequencies for years. Now they could hack Empire comms with hold music, a psychological warfare tactic so effective it violated several galactic conventions. The Finnish army simply disappeared into their forests. Empire troops would hear heavy metal music in the distance, and then nothing good happened after that. Brazilian special forces introduced aliens to something worse than their plasma weapons: soccer hooligans with anti-gravity boots. The Empire had no defense against flying crowds singing battle songs. But the biggest surprise came from Switzerland's CERN facility. Those particle accelerator experiments. They weren't just for research. As Empire ships approached, the facility revealed its true purpose: a massive railgun using technology reverse-engineered from a dozen crashed UFOs they'd collected over the centuries. "You thought we were studying particles. A Swiss scientist asked an Empire prisoner. No, we were learning how to throw them very, very fast at things we don't like. In orbit, Zexlar watched in horror as his ships were cut off one by one. Humans weren't just fighting back. They were improvising weapons in ways that defied imperial military doctrine. A farmer in Kansas had turned his entire cornfield into a maze that trapped alien ground troops, while crop circles generated confusing signals to their navigation systems. "Sir," his tactical officer reported, "the humans have started posting invasion fail compilations on something called YouTube. Our troops' morale is critically low." The final straw came when humans started rating Empire ships on their aesthetics. A teenage girl's TikTok critique of Imperial vessel design got more views than the Empire's original surrender demand. As Zexlar prepared to order a full retreat, a transmission came through. It showed a captured Empire ship being taken apart by what seemed to be a group of bored engineering students. The message attached was simple. "Hey, we fixed your engine efficiency issues. Also, we're keeping the ship. Thanks." Reverse engineering. The Empire's Scientific Council called an emergency meeting when they discovered what humans were doing with their captured technology. It wasn't just that humans were understanding their advanced tech. They were improving it using what they called duct tape and zip ties. "Sir," a terrified Empire engineer reported, "they're not following the manual. They're modifying our ships using something called YouTube tutorials." In a garage in Detroit, a former auto mechanic looked at an Empire fighter's engine and said, "Yeah, I can fix that." 3 days later, the ship wasn't just fixed, it was running on biodiesel and had a new sound system installed. "Watch this," the mechanic told his amazed colleagues, pressing a button. The alien ship started lowering on hydraulics while playing Low Rider by War. At MIT, students treated Empire technology like a fun weekend project. They organized something called a hackathon, and in 48 hours, fueled by energy drinks and instant noodles, they made Empire shields 40% more efficient, added RGB lighting to plasma guns for better FPS, created an app that could control Empire ships using old Nintendo controllers, somehow got Doom running on Empire navigation systems. The Empire's worst nightmare came from an unexpected source: gamers. Years of playing space combat simulators meant humans already understood complex 3D space warfare tactics. Empire pilots couldn't understand how their ships were being outmaneuvered by humans using Xbox controllers. "They're using WHA." Zexlar screamed when told humans had modded Empire ships to do barrel rolls because it looked cool in Star Fox. In South Korea, professional StarCraft players were recruited to coordinate Earth's space defense. Their APM, actions per minute, rates were so high that Empire tactical computers crashed trying to keep up with their maneuvers. "Sir," an Empire tactician reported, "the humans are managing our stolen ships better than we do, and they're streaming it on Twitch." But the real breakthrough came from an unexpected place: a group of bored workers from India. They took one look at Empire software and said, "This code needs optimization." Within a week, they had fixed numerous bugs in Empire systems, added better user interfaces, created comprehensive documentation, something the Empire had never bothered with, set up a Stack Overflow for alien tech questions, started an alien tech support hotline. The Empire's encryption was broken by a teenager who explained, "It's basically just like solving a Rubik's Cube, but in 4D. She posted the solution on TikTok with the caption, "Alien Code Crack Tutorial, Easy, #SpaceHacks." Japanese engineers looked at Empire robots and said, "Needs more kawaii." Soon, captured Empire droids were being deployed with cat ears and programmed to say "ooh" before attacking. In Silicon Valley, a startup began working on Empire Tech 2.0, cloud integration for alien weapons, neural network-enhanced targeting, machine learning algorithms for predicting Empire tactics, an AI assistant that translated Empire threats into sarcastic memes. But perhaps the most devastating development came from an unexpected source: middle school science teachers. They started explaining Empire technology using common classroom experiments. You see, kids, Mrs. Johnson told her 7th grade class, they're faster than light drive works just like our baking soda volcano, but with quantum mechanics. The Empire's final humiliation came when humans started leaving 1-star reviews for their technology. Empire plasma rifle. Good concept, poor execution. Triggers too sensitive. Battery life is terrible. Also, no USB-C charging. In 2024, do better. 2/10 would not recommend for planetary invasion. In orbit, Zexlar watched in horror as humans began mass-producing improved versions of Empire tech. A captured communication showed a human engineer explaining to his alien prisoner, "Look, your FTL drive design was good, but you overcomplicated it. We simplified it, added cup holders, and now it runs on clean energy. Also, we fixed that annoying rattle in the quantum manifold. You're welcome." The breaking point came when humans announced they were releasing Empire Tech SDK, Software Development Kit, as open source on GitHub. The message attached simply read, "Fixed major bugs, improved UI, added dark mode. Pull requests welcome. #Alien Tech Makeover Challenge." The Empire's mistake. The Empire's biggest fear came true when humanity took their first steps into space warfare. They weren't just fighting back, they were bringing their entire weird culture with them. The first human-modified ship to enter space combat was named Space Yeet Supreme. Its captain, a former pizza delivery driver, had installed a giant speaker system that blasted highway to star during battles. The Empire fleet was not prepared for humans doing drive-by attacks while playing classic rock. "Sir," an Empire commander reported in panic, "the humans are drifting in space." How are they drifting in space? Fast food companies joined the space war. McDonald's converted their restaurants into spaceship repair stations, promising 15 minutes or your repair is free. Starbucks opened the first space coffee shop on a captured Empire station, charging ridiculous prices for 0 G lats. The Empire's tactical advantage disappeared when they discovered humans had been preparing for space battles through video games. A fleet of Empire ships was destroyed by maneuvers that a human commander described as basically just the last level of Space Invaders. But the real chaos started when human internet culture reached space. A group of Reddit users coordinated a space stonks attack, manipulating Empire supply routes using meme tactics. TikTok influencers started rating alien battleships based on their aesthetic. Sorry, sweetie, but purple plasma cannons are so last season. Instagram space influencers posed in front of exploding Empire ships. #Space Warfare Vibes. #NoFilter. Twitter users ratioed Empire threats with better comebacks. The Empire's psychological warfare department had a complete breakdown when they discovered what humans called space memes. "Commander, they're sending pictures of something called space cats before each attack. Our AI can't determine if it's a threat or not." Human creativity in space combat shocked the Empire. Brazilian space forces introduced space capoeira, combat maneuvers that made their ships dance while fighting. Indian Space Command developed Bollywood physics combat techniques that somehow worked better than they should. Russian cosmonauts painted LOL on their ships in size visible from space. Japanese pilots added anime paint jobs to their ships and shouted attack names in combat. The Empire's discipline crumbled when faced with human chaos. "Sir, the humans are. They're playing space chicken with our capital ships." "What's space chicken?" "They're flying straight at us while playing something called Cotton Eye Joe and won't change course." Even human military traditions got weird in space. U.S. Space Force pilots started naming their ships after memes. British space commanders insisted on tea time breaks during battles. Canadian spacefighters apologized after each successful hit. Australian space marines weaponized space emus, somehow even scarier in zero gravity. The Empire's intelligence division went into crisis mode when they intercepted human communications. General, they're organizing attacks using something called Discord servers and planning strategies through Among Us private lotties. Human engineers continued to baffle Empire scientists. They modified Empire ships to run on sustainable energy because space pollution is not cool, bro. Someone installed a Spotify playlist in the main Empire battle computer. A teenager hacked Empire comm systems to play Never Gonna Give You Up during their transmissions. Empire soldiers surrendered after humans threatened to explain crypto to them. The final straw came during a major space battle. The Empire launched their most serious attack yet, only to be met with ships painted in rainbow colors for Space Pride Month, combat formations based on popular TikTok dances, a fleet commander using Yo Mama jokes as battle taunts, rickrolls embedded in targeting systems. But the most devastating blow was psychological. Humans started a space social media campaign. Rate my Empire ship capture setup. Like and subscribe for more alien tech unboxing. Use code EARTHRELES for 10% off your first plasma cannon modification. The Empire's morale finally broke when they intercepted a transmission from Earth's Space Command to its fleet. Guys, this isn't even our final form. Wait till we show them what we can do with their technology. And a Raspberry Pi. The tables turn. The Empire's worst nightmare wasn't just losing to humans. It was watching other alien species start acting like humans. The rebellion began when a Xerxian warrior watched Pirates of the Caribbean and decided to become a space pirate. Sir, an Empire officer reported in horror, the Xerxians are now saying "Yar" before attacks and have installed solar sails shaped like the Jolly Roger on their ships. The rebellion spread faster than TikTok trends. The peaceful Aetheri, inspired by human protest movements, started their own unique form of rebellion. They organized silent disco space protests, created passive-aggressive sticky notes on Empire ships, started a Rate Your Oppressor review system, began spacecraft painting competitions to make Empire ships look ridiculous. The warrior Croxnar race watched human WWE videos and completely changed their combat style. They started using space chairs as weapons, added entrance music to their battles, created dramatic backstories for every fight, demanded title belts for victories. But the real chaos started when alien species discovered human internet culture. The cybernetic Quxtl started sending cat memes to Empire Command. A hive mind species began speaking entirely in movie quotes. The silicon-based Petrovi created their own version of Twitter called Glitter. Multiple species joined together to create Space Reddit. The Empire's communication systems crashed when they discovered interspecies meme warfare. Commander, we're receiving thousands of images comparing our High Admiral to something called Grumpy Cat, but in 12 different alien languages. Human-alien collaboration led to incredible innovations. Korean gamers taught psychic aliens how to play StarCraft, creating unstoppable tactical minds. Japanese Anon studios collaborated with shape-shifting aliens to create real-life transforming robots. Indian tech support and alien AI merged to create customer service that could actually solve problems. Brazilian carnival designers and floating gas aliens made the most spectacular space parties ever. The Empire's strict military doctrine collapsed when faced with alien flash mobs appearing during battles, multi-species K-pop groups broadcasting during attacks, interstellar TikTok challenges going viral across galaxies, cooking shows featuring how to prepare Empire rations actually edible. Earth's influence spread in unexpected ways. Alien species started using human slang. Space Florida Man became a multi-species phenomenon. Aliens began celebrating human holidays, especially Halloween. Multiple species adopted the tradition of casual Fridays. The Empire's intelligence department had a meltdown trying to understand. Sir, the quantum hive mind is doing something called speed running our defense systems. The what is doing the what now. They're trying to beat their previous record for system infiltration while streaming it live. Cultural exchange reached new levels. Aliens started their own version of YouTube called SpaceTube. Interspecies dating apps emerge. Profile tag. Must love humans. Alien food critics reviewing Earth cuisine became viral stars. Multi-species sports leagues adopted Earth games with zero rules. The Empire's final humiliation came when their own troops started rebelling in uniquely human ways. Empire soldiers began calling in sick with Space Monday blues. Officers requested mental health days and work-life balance. Entire fleets went on strike demanding better snacks in break rooms. Someone started an Empire workers' union. The breaking point came during a crucial battle when the Empire's main fleet encountered a combined alien-human space rave disguised as a rebel base. Multiple species performing synchronized space dancing. A multi-species band playing We Will Rock You. Giant holographic projection of Rick Astley. Lesson learned. The Empire's surrender ceremony wasn't what anyone expected. Instead of a formal military event, humans turned it into the galaxy's biggest festival. Empires Got Served 2024. The signing venue. An intergalactic food court because humans insisted peace talks work better with snacks. High Admiral Zexlar found himself sitting at a McDonald's in space, signing surrender documents on what humans called a novelty pizza-shaped table. A TikToker live-streamed the whole thing with the caption, POV. You're watching an empire fall apart, literally. #PeaceVibes, #SpaceWar, #branded. The peace terms were uniquely human. The Empire had to establish a meme review council for all official communications. Mandatory gaming sessions for conflict resolution. All Empire ships must include cup holders and USB charging ports. Implementation of Casual Friday across all Empire territories. Empire anthem to be remixed by human DJs. The galaxy changed in ways nobody expected. Earth became the universe's cultural capital. Aliens lined up for Earth tourist visas. Human style became the hottest fashion trend. Earth memes became universal diplomatic language. Area 51 turned into an intergalactic theme park. Humanity's influence spread through unexpected channels. Sports and entertainment. Zero G Olympics became the biggest event in the galaxy. Alien K-pop groups covered human songs. WWE expanded to include multi-species wrestlers. Empire soldiers joined TikTok dance challenges. Education. History of human memes became mandatory in alien schools. Earth video games were used for space combat training. Alien children learned Earth languages through Netflix. Human middle school science projects inspired galactic innovations. Technology. Empire tech got Apple-style minimalist redesigns. Alien ships started including dark mode. Gaming controllers became standard for space navigation. Earth's IT departments handled universal tech support. But the most significant changes were cultural. The Empire's military academy reformed its training. Added vibe check to officer evaluations. Replaced battle manuals with gaming tutorials. Included meme creation in tactical training. Made how to take a joke a required course. Intergalactic social media exploded. Aliens started pet Instagram accounts. Multi-species reality shows went viral. Cooking channels featuring human food reactions. Empire officers became lifestyle influencers. Even diplomacy changed forever. Treaty violations were settled through Mario Kart tournaments. Political debates included meme battles. Diplomatic immunity now covered cringe posts. International incidents were resolved through dance-offs. Earth's final victory came in unexpected forms. Fast food diplomacy. McDonald's opened on 1,000 alien worlds. Aliens got addicted to pizza. Starbucks became galactic currency. Food trucks in space became normal. Internet culture. Aliens started ending arguments with "Sir, this is a Wendy's." Empire officials learned to fear the phrase ratio plus L. Extraterrestrial rickrolls became diplomatic incidents. The entire galaxy participated in Earth's meme economy.